Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, hiker from Virginia rescued after suffering injury on Mount Lafayette. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
New this morning, a woman from Virginia had to be rescued by Fish and Game officers in Franconia. Officials say that the woman stepped wrong on a rock while descending Mount Lafayette yesterday and was unable to continue along the bridle path. Crews were able to stabilize her injury to bring her off the mountain. She was taken to the hospital for treatment.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester police identify man suspected of robbing Citizens Bank. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Manchester police are now identifying the suspect in a downtown bank robbery as a man who walked away from a halfway house last week. Officers say there is an active arrest warrant for 55-year-old Michael Wells of Manchester. Investigators say last Thursday the suspect walked into the Citizens Bank on Elm Street and handed the teller a note saying that he had a gun. Wells is a registered sex offender. If you know where he is, call Manchester Police. There is a cash reward.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. County transmission update shows high substantial transmission for most of New England. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Right now, all but 2 New England counties are in the high or substantial transmission rates. Both Orange County, Vermont, and Kennebec County, Maine are at the moderate level. Because of the spreading Delta variant, some health authorities are recommending that even vaccinated people go back to wearing their masks inside.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Exeter woman who lost son in Afghanistan ashamed of current situation. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to be verified by USP.
I thought I'd never be ashamed of my country, but this fiasco has made me ashamed.
In Exeter, there is a memorial to Natalie Healy's son and others who died in a rescue mission in Afghanistan back in 2005. A mission that Healy says was worthwhile, even as the Taliban seizes control of the country.
The idea that he died in vain will never be said by me, because he did not, nor did any of the other people who died and fought.
Still, the images coming out of Afghanistan are difficult to swallow.
We're supposed to be the strongest nation in the world. We're a laughingstock at this point.
In the past, Healy has supported getting out of Afghanistan.
When we talked about getting out, I thought it was a good idea. I thought it was time, because I thought there were things in place that would keep this from happening.
And she says the nation needs to hear from the president.
He should be on that television talking to us after what's been going on in this whole week. And I just think it's a disgrace that he hasn't.
Healy notes that the U.S. has been in Germany for over 70 years and says perhaps something like that was needed in Afghanistan. And this reminds her of the fall of Saigon.
What I want to know is why this government doesn't have a better memory for history. You know, it's disgraceful. It was disgraceful then, it's disgraceful now.
Healer says main concern right now is what will happen to those who helped us over the past 20 years and what will happen to women and girls in Afghanistan. Will they once again be oppressed by the Taliban? Reporting live in Exeter, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Friends of Anya Kids Triathlon gives hundreds of kids a chance to test their skills in Bedford. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Hundreds of kids got to try their skills at a triathlon today. The 9th annual Friends of Anya Kids Triathlon was held this morning in Bedford. Each year, kids ages from 4 to 15 race to raise money for the charity Friends of Anya.
Very often the kids are the forgotten mourners. We forget, they're grieving too. And we want to get them in front of us, work with them, support them, so that they can make better choices for themselves later in their lives.
Christine and her husband, the co-founders of the organization, were inspired after the death of their daughter, Anya, who died from a rare disease. They used the group to help other kids, especially siblings, to deal with the loss of a loved one.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. Good night and goodbye.